Dan said, my name is Sarita Gupta, and I'm the Executive Director of Jobs with Justice. And in communities across the country, we're witnessing the degree, is that better? The degree to which people are truly struggling as people are losing their jobs and their livelihoods, their homes, their savings, if they had any, and any other benefits. I just met Miss Mary a couple of weeks ago. This is a wonderful elderly woman who sat there and told me that she had to go back to work at Walmart after being retired, having a full career. She had to go back to work and find work because all of her retirement benefits are on the chopping block. That's just wrong. We shouldn't have people who are in retirement having to come off of retirement and go back to work because of the state of our economy. For the first time in 3 years, Jobs with Justice will bring together our entire network of community groups, unions, faith institutions, worker centers, student organizations, and activists here in DC just a week from today. And the question on the mind of our network is not what should we cut? It's not even how do we raise this mystical debt ceiling? The question on the minds of Jobs with Justice is when are we going to get our money back? Nationally and in almost every community and state in the country, we are facing major budget crises. Politicians tell us there's not enough money in the bank to pay for unemployment insurance. There's not enough money in the bank to pay for Medicare and Medicaid. There's not enough money in the bank for Social Security, and that cuts have to be made. These politicians are lying to us. We do not need to default as a nation. There's plenty of money in the bank. We know this. We know this because 3 years ago, we watched those same politicians put their hands in our pockets, take over $200 billion of our tax dollars, and hand it over to Wall Street more freely than a parent would give their children money for candy. And what was the result? They continue to rake in record profits while we are asked to do our part and accept cuts to needed social programs. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, private corporations are sitting on trillions of dollars in savings, and yet they are laying off workers. Large corporations are trying to deflect their part of the blame for these budget crises away from themselves and their tax subsidies and loopholes, and instead they point a finger at workers, particularly those in the public sector, as we've heard. You may think this is moving off topic, but I assure you it's not. At the root of what Congress debates is not the debt ceiling or the national deficit. The root of the debate is whether the role of our government is to serve and protect working people, or if the role of our government is to make it easier for large corporations in Wall Street and the ultra-rich to make swelling profits on the backs of our communities. For us, this is a no-brainer. Save Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, don't default, and send Wall Street the bill for the nation's deficit.